Hello everybody, InUGameAg here. I'm actually on a business trip, but yeah, I still wanted to record something since you probably also noticed that I haven't been uploading any new content for quite some time. And the main reason for that is that I got a new job, so that kept me pretty occupied. But nonetheless, there's still a lot that I wanted to record, and I think yeah, I'll just start recording whenever I can, otherwise it's just gonna pile up too much. So today is gonna be quite a short and simple video. It's gonna be an unboxing of the LinYuvo Mini Controllers that I ordered on Aliexpress, actually, when they were on sale. And well, obviously it has already been opened by me since I couldn't wait to test them out. So it's not gonna be like an original unboxing, but you know, I'll still gladly take it out of the box for you guys. So yeah, the brand is LinYuvo, or however you pronounce it. The packaging is pretty basic. There's not really much to see. Like here on the side, we can see the compatibility. The camera isn't really focusing, but yeah, I can just read it for you. So the supported platforms are Nintendo Switch, Switch Lite, PC, Android, and Nintendo Switch OLED. I think it just would have been fine if they wrote compatible with Switch, but yeah, they just wanted to be very specific, I guess. And inside the box, you will find the mini controller and USB Type-C cable. So nothing too extraordinary. I actually got this controller in all the color variants that were available. So there's a transparent black and white, I guess, just transparent. But there's also like this pinkish and blue colored controller. Nothing too much on this side except for the barcode, and the top is also quite unambiguous. So yeah, opening up the box, you will be greeted with the manual. Yeah, I'm still not gonna read through it, not really. I did read through it this time actually because yeah, there were some things that did bother me a bit, so I tried to find out about it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's also difficult for me to show you, but yeah, you will get a manual and it will explain some things, like for example what the controls are in different languages, of course, but I will just go through it on the device itself. I will just let you know in advance that the manual is probably not gonna be very helpful. There are some explanations and yeah, some of them work, others don't, but again, I'll go through it in just a minute. So other than the boring and unhelpful manual, you will get the controller itself, of course, packaged in this plastic wrapper, and also very unexciting, the USB-C cable. It's pretty long though, for what it is. I haven't unpacked it because I actually have more than enough USB-C type cables. USB Type-C cables, I mean, but you know, for how small the controller is, yeah, this cable is pretty long, so that's good, I guess. Now it's gonna flap around here, but yeah, there was also a something like a mini lanyard. You'll see it already attached it to the controller, and as you can see, this is the transparent, I would just call it the transparent white model. And yeah, it's a bit difficult to see with the light here. The lanyard is pretty decent, you know, it's not too shabby, I guess. It's decent, and you can just attach it here on the top. I wouldn't say it's the perfect placement, I would have preferred if it was on the bottom because, yeah, you know, then it won't get in the way. Here it's a little bit annoying, and also, you know, it takes away from the length of the overall thing. So, yeah, it's just not very practical to have it on the top. A bit weird, but you know, it's there if you need it, if you are prone to just accidentally throwing them out of your hand, you know, it's there. But yeah, this is the controller. I hope you can somewhat see it. I think it looks really cool with the transparent plastic. It's yeah, quite smooth, you know, nothing too special. There's a sticker. I will probably peel that off. And on the top, you can't see it too well, but the LinYuvo logo is also engraved here, or lasered on, or whatever, printed. I think it would come off if you scratch a little bit, but it's there. So yeah, this is the controller. It's pretty small. I'm not sure if you can tell. I have small hands, and this controller is even smaller. Maybe I don't own the 8Bitdo Mini Controller, but I would assume it's probably some kind of knockoff of the mini controllers that they sell. So if any one of you has that one, it's probably a similar size. But yeah, what does it have? It has a D-pad in a circular form factor, ABXY buttons, of course. There's a plus and minus button, similar to on a Switch. There's a button here in the middle as well that controls the lights. I will show it in just a second. And there's a home button, and I guess this could function as a select button. Maybe you can see. And then we also have left and right triggers. No L2, R2 triggers. But since this is usually probably more fit for platformer game, you won't need L2 or R2, I would assume. Anyways, yeah, how does it feel? I mean, it's a mini controller, so it's not gonna be like super comfortable. For shorter play sessions, like when you're on the go, using it with your Switch, or for me personally, my Odin 2, it's good on the go. Like for emergency situations, I've been playing with some friends and these controllers when I was on the go, and it was quite fun. Yeah, but here the D-pad, it's clicky. We mostly have micro switches. Here's a rubber dome membrane underneath the regular buttons, and they feel okay. Travel-wise, they don't, when you press them, it won't be flush with the outer case, so that's something that I like. For sound, yeah, I mean, they're not too loud, I would say. It's okay. The D-pad is quite loud and also pretty hard to press. Like I won't say that it's a comfortable experience, but you know, it gets the job done. Diagonals are fine. There's not too much wiggle. They're pretty tough, and you know, diagonals are gonna be a bit painful after some time, but you know, it works in emergency situations. And yeah, the trigger buttons, just very simple micro switches, pretty loud, but you know, this is a cheap controller. I bought it for $6. I think the transparent ones were a bit more expensive. I think I paid €6.99 for this. So, I mean, it's still cheaper than the 8Bitdo mini controller. So yeah, how do you turn it on? You press the home button and the Y button, and then it would just blink like this, meaning it's trying to connect to a device. And you can also turn on and off the RGB lights on here. Yeah, if you keep them button here in the middle pressed. Yeah, you can see on a transparent model, it's a bit glaring. Like, I would hate to leave the RGB lights on, but pressing the small button in the middle, you can just browse through the different light modes. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't like RGB lights with transparent cases of whatever device, because yeah, it just doesn't look nice. And it's also very distracting because it's these LED lights, they are facing you. So yeah, I would go blind if I play like this, especially when it's darker in the room. So if you keep the button pressed, it should turn off. Of course, it doesn't do it for me right now. But yeah, as you can see, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's something that I dislike a little bit about this controller. Yeah, it's not really working. But yeah, technically, you're supposed to be able to switch it off at some point. I'll just keep it pressed for now, hoping that it will go off by itself. Not really happening. So, okay. Anyways, yeah, you can also, like, okay, you have a regular D-pad mode. I'll just call it that. And then you can also switch to joystick mode, which is very practical, I think. For that, I believe you have to press minus and plus together, or was it? Okay, it's not connected, so it doesn't do it, but normally you can switch between normal D-pad mode and joystick mode, so that the device recognizes this as a joystick, and when you do, usually it will vibrate. It doesn't do it right now because it's not connected to any device. I will do that, connect it to my Odin later, and then I can show you. And I'll also show you the different, oh, okay, turned off. I will show it with a different color variant. Sorry for the noise outside. I guess there's an emergency somewhere. But yes, this is the transparent white version. I also have the other ones with me. I'll just quickly show you. I keep them in a small case like that. And yeah, this is the black version. Here you can also see the logo, LinYuvo, and everything is pretty much the same. I like the black version the most because it's like the color's a bit muted, it's a bit more subtle in that sense, but you can see through a little bit still, which is a very cool look, I think. Comfort-wise, it's the same. The controls are still kind of hard. And other than that, yeah, I like it. I also ordered, as I said, the these matte options, the pink and the blue one. I think they're pretty cute, to be honest. I love it. And yeah, since the case isn't see-through, the LED lights, they will come through here on the side. I believe they're not charged, so unfortunately I can't show you right now. But oh, okay, here. This one is still somewhat charged. So yeah, here you have the RGB lights, and it looks so much better on the matte versions because it doesn't bleed through. So here you can also switch through all the modes, and yeah, you can also see the indicator light that it's looking to pair for a device. And yeah, if you like RGB lights, then I would suggest you go for the matte options because then they don't distract you as much. It's a nice ambient light thing, and yeah, makes it look very interesting. I really like it on these two. They didn't come with the lanyards for some reason, as opposed to the transparent models, which is a pity, but you know, they're also placed, oh, hold on, yeah, also placed on the top. So not the best placement again. Yep. Control-wise, they feel the same. For some reason, I think the buttons on the transparent model feel nicer. but maybe that's just because I overall like these controllers better. But hold on, they do feel a bit different. I feel like they are slightly more responsive and tactile on a transparent model, since it's a different material. Yeah, it definitely feels better on the transparent models. Yeah, not sure. Probably has to do with yeah, the materials used. Yeah, if you like RGB lights, then go for the matte ones. Wouldn't recommend it on the transparent models. But yeah, the controls on here, I would say they feel slightly nicer. All right, that's it for the first impressions. Something that I don't really enjoy on these controllers is that they turn off after a few minutes of standby. Like after you pair it with, for example, the Odin 2, you have to press buttons in between just so they don't turn off, because once they go into sleep mode, they automatically disconnect with the device they were connected with. And sometimes you just, sometimes I just change the settings on my Odin, and then I prefer to do it on screen because that's faster than with the controllers. And then all of a sudden, after like 2.5 or 5 minutes, they just disconnect. They just turn off because they think, oh, nothing's happening, going to sleep mode. And then they turn off and disconnect from the device. And then after you turn it on, they don't automatically reconnect. So that's a big minus, I would say. They don't automatically reconnect. And sometimes, if you have two controllers connected and one of them turns off, for example, because it ran out of juice, then this, like for example, this was player 1, this was player 2. If this one turns off, this one will automatically change into player 1 naturally. And then sometimes, like when I use emulators, it will totally mess up the controls. So that's a little bit, no, it's very annoying, to be honest. But if you're continuously playing without having to pause, then it can still be a pleasurable experience while you play. Because, I don't know, they're just cute, and it's fun to have something small and pocketable on you, to just quickly whip them out and play a session. But yeah, when it comes to the sleeping mode thing, that is something that they could improve. And yeah, the manual suggests, they state that you can change the sleep time mode, like the duration before it goes into sleep mode, but I haven't been able to find that. They say that you can download an app, and I did, but the app was absolutely useless. The reviews on the Play Store app are also saying that it basically doesn't work. You can't, like, you can download it, the app will open, and it will look like you can set up things, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything. So not sure if I would recommend downloading the app, because it also asks for some weird, what is it called again? Permissions, exactly. Yeah, it will ask for a lot of permissions, where I would think to myself, why does it need it? So that's a bit sketchy. So that's why I've been just using them how they are, and just living with the fact that they turn off after some time, and then it's a pain in the butt to reconnect them. But yeah, I mean, for a quick playing session, when you're just out and about and you want to have a small gaming session, then these work totally fine. They're very pocketable. I can fit them all in this case. I can also just put them in my pocket, my pants, or any bag, just roll them in. They also don't seem like they would break easily. The plastic here is quite, it scratches very easily. It's more noticeable on the clear transparent shells. Here the plastic, it's a little bit textured, so that helps with the grip. These are yeah, smooth. Yeah, but here the plastic is also pleasant, a little bit textured, so you have a little bit more grip. That's also the nice thing about the matte options. But yeah, they're pretty cute, and I'm kind of glad I got them in all colors, so that's also fun. Yeah. And let me just show you what it looks like when you connect it to the Odin, for example. So here we got my Odin 2 Pro, and I'm just gonna show you how it connects. So you have to turn it on, and here it immediately indicates that it's looking for a device to pair. And so you just gotta go into the settings, and then yeah, go to connected devices. And yeah, you will see it under Pro Controllers. I just have to figure out which one this is. I would just try this one out. Okay, takes too long, so that's probably a different one. Okay, let me just do it this way. Okay, so this is probably the one. I would just tap on it, and yeah, it stops blinking, so it's paired and connected. And I'm just gonna demonstrate real quick on, whoops, sometimes I will just do it this way. So I'm just gonna show you how it works with Mario Kart. I'm just gonna let it load. Yeah, you can see that I'm using a glass of Coke to hold up the phone that I'm recording with. Yeah, gotta improvise. Let's see if it immediately recognizes the controller, and yes, it does. So yeah, as you can see, works nicely. There is slight, yeah, you can feel a slight input lag, but it's okay. It's not too bad. Like if you want to read it, see. I mean, it's barely noticeable, at least to me. I'm not too serious about it. Let's just do some very quick demonstration of how I'm using a controller. I'm just gonna choose whatever. Yes, that's fine. Sorry for the angle. My hands also look very huge. I hope you can still somewhat see. All right. Yeah, there's maybe like a few milliseconds of input lag, but as you can see, I'm also using the triggers. They work well. It's responsive enough, and the red shell's gonna, oh, it's not gonna hit me, but yeah, as you can see, I can drift. Again, the D-pad is a little bit tough, so you really need to use some force. You need to press pretty hard. Well, not like it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the most pleasurable experience, but you know, for what it is, it's a small controller. It's kind of cute. You can just put it in your pocket, and yeah. As you can see, I am able to drift, so it works. I'm first place. I mean, I'm also playing on the easiest mode, but it works. I can control it, and yeah, I can also, again, whoopsie, okay. Let me see. I just wanted to demonstrate. Okay, so if you push the button in the middle and the minus button, I think that was it, then you can switch between D-pad mode and joystick mode. You're not gonna see a difference here, since you can use both to control your character, but yeah, it did vibrate. Maybe you heard. Yeah, So yeah, that's also a nice feature that I forgot to mention. It has vibration motors built in, and I think for the price point, and also considering how expensive, I mean for how small the controller is, how expensive the 8Bitdo controllers are that are the same size. I think $6.99 for a controller like this that has, yeah, vibration motors built in, RGB lights, the small form factor. I think it's a good price, and yeah, the only thing that bothers me is actually just that it very easily turns off if you don't use it a few minutes. Also, the range of the Bluetooth, it's Bluetooth. The range is not the best either. Like if you move too far away from the device, I think more than 1 or 2 meters is already difficult, I would say. You shouldn't put anything between you and the device that it pairs with, because that also will cause some issues. So it's a cheap controller, and so it's not gonna have like superb quality, but for what it is, for the price, it's pretty decent for quick playing gaming session. So it's fine, it's okay, it works, gets the job done, and if you don't play longer than 2 hours, your fingers won't hurt too much. For me, it's still a fun experience. I like it. I also like how cute all the color variants are. And yeah, would I recommend it if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but still want 4 controllers, or just 2, or just 1? I think it's not a lot of money. You can invest it and it works. So yeah, I would say for the price, I can recommend it. And yeah, if you can live with the little handicaps that this device comes with, I think it's good. So yeah, what do you guys think though? Would you be okay with the little hiccups that this controller comes with, or do you also think it's okay for the price? Like, I actually think it's pretty good. I just wish that the sleep function would be changeable, but maybe I'll figure it out, or somebody else figures it out, and then you can just tell me in the comments how you fixed it. Again, the brand is LinYuvo. I just see that the model is called KS54. Yeah, try it out, let me know what you think, and that's it for now. Thanks for watching.